Hey guys, super excited to have you here today. Doing something a little different from the usual instructional videos. Today I'm going to talk about why I decided to, leave my advertising career to start my own online business and travel the world as a digital nomad, right? So for some of you who don't know, I actually run Chrys Media entirely online. Chrys Media is an online educational company that helps online entrepreneurs and marketers grow their online business with different marketing strategies. So we run different online conferences each year that addresses different marketing strategies so that you as an onlinepreneur or as a marketer can take part and learn from the different experts in the industry. I started out my career back in advertising. This was like 10 plus years ago, and I was working for all these big brands, right, like P&G, Unilever. It was a great opportunity. I loved it, kinda towards the end not so much, but besides the point. I realized what I really want to do in my life was to start my own business and to really travel the world. I have this insatiable desire to travel the world, to see the world beyond Singapore, where I'm from, a very small island country, and to just kind of own something that's mine. And so I decided to leave my advertising career to start my first business, my first online business, which is not Chrys Media. It was a membership pass to different gyms and different healthy fit places in Singapore. So basically with one pass, you would get access to all these places. It was very similar to the model of Class Pass. In fact, I was inspired by Class Pass. And there were multiple competitors exactly like Class Pass in Singapore when I first started out. And so I tried to differentiate my brand from the rest by including in healthy food, right? And the biggest problem I did back then was I did not validate my idea. I did not do the pre-validation that I always preach about right now. And it's so important because using the pre-validation is basically the differentiating factor between my current success versus my past failures. So I did not do any pre-validation. What I did was I quickly put up a website and I went around asking all these vendors, trying to get as many vendors as possible to come on board and get this whole thing ready, get the whole business ready. And I launched because I was a solo founder. I launched, I think it was beginning of January, back when a time when everyone's ready to lose weight, to go back to the gym, to eat healthy. It didn't work out. Like I think at the end of struggling for about a year, I only had I want to say 20 customers at best. Now this is crazy because if you know how many clients you need to sustain a business, 20 clients is not enough. After that, I decided that this wasn't working out. I wanted to change the business model because the business model wasn't working, right? It was flawed fundamentally. And even just backtracking to Class Pass, looking where Class Pass is, they probably wouldn't survive without the investors' help. Moving on to my second business idea, I brought in a co-founder. We started working on an app that would allow you to find healthy food places and fitness places wherever you are. So, you open up the app, you can see what's the closest around you. And the idea was that it was meant to target frequent travelers and digital nomads, and leisure travelers who were all into, healthy living, right? So then they would open the app. Now the biggest problem again was we did not validate this idea, and plus we didn't have a way to monetize it. So it was really just, at the end of the day, two failures. And am I cut out for business? Should I go back to advertising? I didn't want to go back to advertising. So what I started to do was I started working for other companies. I started doing marketing for other companies and other, side projects. And one day I was talking to my friend who was telling me all about her experience, running this online conference for e-commerce. Hey, Beck, what's up if you're watching this? So she gave me the idea to run something similar, right? My background has always been in social media marketing, for years now. And so I was like, why not run why not run a social media online conference? And that's what I did. So in January of 2018, I ran Social Media Online Summit, which was a huge success. It really took me from a nobody to finally some people know me. But more importantly, besides getting a little bit of recognition, it brought in income. It proved that it worked, like my idea worked, and it proved that I actually truly enjoyed doing all these interviews and doing all these recordings and interviewing all these experts. So what I did was I started to make this my business. I didn't want to do any more social media marketing for private clients. What I wanted to do was to create an educational company. Hence the evolution, from one online conference to now we are an educational company. So it's kind of crazy when I think about it, because I never set up my career, to run an online educational company for entrepreneurs. The reason why I decided to, focus on entrepreneurs is really just because I have this immense passion for business, entrepreneurship, and marketing. I mean, you can ask my partner. This is all I talk about all day. Is what gets me going. I'm so passionate about this. I can truly talk about this all day. And so there's nothing else better for me to do in my life than to run a company that's just purely for entrepreneurs and marketers. And once I knew that people wanted to buy, like people would pay to learn online, and pay to be a part of online conferences. Next, I wanted to figure out exactly what niche I wanted to dominate. So I knew going in that I didn't want to do anything more with health or fitness. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's not really my thing. Like, I don't live it. I'm not one of those CrossFitters or, who truly live the healthy lifestyle. So that's really the story of why I decided to start my own online business, and and how I did it just in general sense, right? So I hope you found that story interesting. I hope it inspired you to start your own online business, or inspired you to start whatever you're thinking of, whatever project you're thinking of. So if you've got any feedback and comments for future videos, let me know in the comments below. And hey, until next time, Chrys Media is bringing you the best tips and interviews to help you grow your online business with different marketing strategies.